copy and complete the table for values for the relation y equals to 3 sine 2x. This is the table. Values of x are given in the question from 0 degrees, 15 degrees up to 150 degrees. And some corresponding value of y are also given. When x is 0, the corresponding y is also 0. When x is 75 degrees, the corresponding value of y is given as 1.5. And when x is 150 degrees, the corresponding value of y is given in the table as minus 2.6. So we have to copy other corresponding values of y that are missing. After that, question number B, it says using a scale of 2 centimeter to 15 degrees on the x-axis and 2 centimeter to 1 unit on the y-axis, draw the graph of y equals to 3 sine 2x for range of values of x from 0 to 150 degrees. And the question number C, after we have drawn the graph, we have to use that graph to find the truth set of Roman 1, 3 sine 2x plus 2 equals to 0, and Roman 2, 3 over 2 sine 2x equals to 0.25. This is the questions we asked to attempt, or we asked to answer in this. So let me attempt to answer these questions. The first question is question number A, in which I am requested to copy this table and complete it. Completing this table means where the values are missing, the corresponding values of y that are missing, I need to find them. So let me copy the table as it is. This is the table given, I copied it. So the missing values of y, I need to find them. But this table is for the relation y equals to 3 sine 2x. Y equals to 3 times sine 2x. So I would pick the first value of x that doesn't have corresponding value of y, that is 15 degrees. I'm going to replace the x by 15 in here. I will simplify what I have finally would now be the corresponding value of y. So I will write it here. So substituting x by 15, I'm now going to have 3 times sine 2 into 15. 2x means 2 times 15. So I have replaced the x by 15. So I'm going to multiply 15 by 2, then later find the sine value of it. So 2 times 15 will give answer 30 degrees. So I'm going to have 3 multiplied by the value of sine 30 degrees. So I'll check sine 30 either from my calculator or from my figure table. Sine 30 is going to be 0.5. So I have 3 multiplied by 0.5. Then I'll multiply 3 by 0.5. What I have finally would now be the corresponding value of y. And this is 1.5. So when x is 15 degrees, y is going to be 1.5. So I'm going to write 1.5 here. So this is my 1.5. So I'll continue substituting x with different values here. The next will be replace x by 30 degrees. Find the corresponding value of y. Next, replace the x by 45 degrees. Find the corresponding value of y, and so on. So if I continue, after replacing x by 30, in here I'm going to have sine 60. Sine 60 is 0.866. 0.866 times 3 is going to give me 2.6. So when x is 30 degrees, y is going to be 2.6. And next I'm going to replace the x by 45. So I'm going to have 2 times 45, which will be 90. And the sine 90 is 1. So 1 times 3, I'm going to have 3 here. So 3.0. And next I continue. I'm going to replace the x by 60. So 2 times 60 is now going to be 120. Sine 120 is 0.866. And 0.866 times 3 is going to give us a 2.6. So I'll continue like that. So after continuing, if it is x90, I'm going to have 0.0. If x is replaced by 105 degrees, so I'm going to have corresponding value of y minus 1.5. Replacing x by 120, I'm going to have corresponding value of y as minus 2.6. Replacing x by 135 degrees, the corresponding value of y is going to be minus 3.0. So my table is now complete. So I have answered question number A. So I move to question number B, in which we asked to draw the graph of this table. So let me move to the next page so that I can answer question number B. Question B says, using the scale of 2 cm to 15 degrees on the x-axis and 2 cm to 1 unit on the y-axis, draw the graph of y equals to 3 sine 2x for range of values from 0 to 150. This is the table I have just completed. So this is my graph paper or my graph sheet. So what I will do first is to draw the horizontal axis, that is the x-axis, using the given scale, and draw the vertical axis using also the given scale. Then I'll plot. So starting with the horizontal axis, this is my horizontal axis, the one that contains x in degrees. So I will number it according to the given scale, 2 cm, 15 degrees. So this will be 0, 15, 30, 45, 60, up to 150. So this is my horizontal axis, that is the x-axis. So let me number the y-axis also, or draw the y-axis and number it. This is my vertical axis. So I also number it according to the given scale, 2 cm, 1 unit. So I'm going to have something like this. This is 2, 1, 3. This is the positive x-axis. Then the negative x-axis also is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and so on. So my graph, I have drawn my axis and number it. So next is to plot. So to plot, I'm going to use my table, the x value here and the corresponding y value here. I will look for the position where x is 0, y is also 0. So that will be the origin. So I'm going to make a mark here. X is 0, y is 0. So I'm going to make a mark at the origin. You can see it. This is the small mark. So next is x is 15 degrees, y is 1.5. This is x15. And this is y1, this is y2. So somewhere middle, it will be 1.5. So x is 15, y is 1.5. So I'm going to make a mark here. I'm going to make a mark. Look at it. This is the mark. So next is x30, y 2.6. X is 30, y 2.6. This is y2. This is y3. Somewhere here is y 1.5. So small division after 1.5 is now 2.6. Small division after 2.5, I beg your pardon, is now 2.6, because each small division there is just 2.1. So I'm going to have a mark just a little on top of this 2.5. So I'm going to make a mark there. So this is x30, y 2.6. The next is x 45 degrees and y3. So x 45, y3, this is simple, y3 here, down here, x 45. So I'm going to make a mark here. This is the mark. So next is x 60, y 2.6 is going to be somewhere the same line here. So I'm going to make that mark. So next is x 75, y 1.5, x 75, y 1.5 will be here. So I'm going to make a mark there. So this is the mark. So next is x 90 degrees and the y is 0. So it's going to be on the x-axis. Y is 0. If you move there, y is 0. But on this is x 90. So it's to be on the x-axis. So I'm going to make that mark. And next is x 105. y minus 1.5, so I'm going to go down for the negative part of the y-axis. This is minus 1.5. If you go to the left, it's minus 1.5, so x105, so it's going to be exactly this place, so I'm going to make that mark. Next is x120, y minus 2.6, so minus 2.6 is just one division below minus 2.5, so it's going to be somewhere here, so I'm going to make that mark. Look at it. So next is 135, and y is minus 3.0, minus 3 is here, and x is 135, so it's going to be here. So let me have that mark. And finally x150, then y minus 2.6, minus 2.6 is going to be here, so I have that mark. So I have plotted all the points. So what remains is to draw the graph. To draw the graph, I'm now going to join those set of points with a smooth curve. You can equally use your broomstick or French curve, or you can use freehand, but make sure your hand is not shaking. So I will join this with a smooth curve like this. This is what I'm expected to get, so that all my answers that I get from this graph are going to be accurate. So I have drawn the graph. So question B has now been answered. So I continue to question number C, in which we are asked to answer some questions from this graph. So question number C, this is my graph drawn already, and these are the questions I need to answer under question C. It says use the graph to find the truth set of. Truth set is nothing but to find the solution of this. Solution of this is those values of x that make the left hand side equals to the right hand side. So we in short to say the values of x that makes this true. So we are to find the values of x that this equation is true. So starting with the first one, 3 sin 2x plus 2 equals to 0. 3 sin 2x plus 2x plus 2, I beg your pardon, equals to 0. So what we need to do, the left hand side is not exactly the graph that we have drawn, because there is addition of 2 here. So if I can take this 2 to the right, it becomes minus. If I take this 2 to the right, it becomes minus. So the left part is now exactly the graph that I have drawn. So let me make that modification. So 3 sin 2x plus 2 minus 2 equals to 0 minus 2. It's just like shifting this or adding my negative 2, so that this will cancel out. So I'm going to have finally 3 sin 2x equals to minus 2. So the left hand side is exactly the graph that we have drawn, but instead equals to 0 is now equals to minus 2. So I'm going to locate on the y-axis minus 2. This is minus 2. So I will draw a horizontal line. Immediately it touches my curve, I will go up. So the value there on the x-axis will now give me the truth set or the solution of this. So this is the line. Look at the line drawn at y equals to minus 2. When it touches the curve, you go up. So I'm going to draw it up now, vertically up. Look at it. So the value here of x will now be the estimated or the approximate value that stands for value of x, so that this is true. So looking at this, this is 105, this is 120, so in between is 15, and there are 10 small divisions in between, which means each one small division is 1.5. So somewhere here from 105, before this, about 4 small divisions there. So the estimated value here is now going to be, the value of x will now be equals to 111 degrees. Let's see it. This is 105. Like I have said, each small division will now be 1.5. So I'm going to have 106.5, 108, 109.5, 100, and it's like we are adding to 105 here. We are adding 6. So when you add 6 to this, it will give you 111 degrees. So this is the solution to question Roman 1. So we continue to Roman 2. We ask also to find the solution of this 3 over 2 sine 2x equals to 0.25. So if I copy that equation, also I need to modify it so that the left hand side exactly resemble the graph that we have drawn. The graph we have drawn is nothing but 3 sine 2x. 3 sine 2x. So let me clear this fraction. Clearing this fraction, I will multiply each and every term or both sides by 2. So multiplying each and every side by 2. So 2 times this, 2 times this. This 2 cancel this 2. So I'm going to have 3 sine 2x by the left, and by the right I'm going to have 2 times 0.25, which is 0.5. So I'm now going to look at this right hand side, check it on the y-axis, 0.5. This is 0.5. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line to cross my curve here and here. When it touches, I'm going to go down to the horizontal axis. So this is the line. Look at it. Look at the line drawn at y 0.5. It touches here. It also touches here or cut here. Let me put it that way. So I'm going to draw a line vertically down, draw another line vertically down. So let's see it. This is the line here, and let me draw the other one. This is the other one down. So the values of x here and here will now be the two sets, will now be the truth set of this. Will now be the solution of this in short. So x will now be equals to the solution. So I'll estimate what is x here. I'll estimate what is x here. If this is 15, this is 0. This will now be half of 15, which is 7.5. And this is somewhere little bit above half of this. So the first value of x is going to be 45. 4.5, I beg your pardon. Is going to be 4.5 degrees. This is according to my estimate, the value of y here, the value of x here. And the next here will now be the value of x here according to my estimate. So if this is 75, this is 90. This is half in between. So according to my estimate, this is going to be 85.5. 85.5. So the truth set of this is now x 4.5 or x equals to 85.5 degrees. So with this I have answered all the questions under this. So next is to see the mark distribution according to the Waec marking scheme. So I'll go back to the first page where I completed my table. The first mark according to the marking scheme is B3 marks, bonus 3 marks for completing the table correctly. If all those missing values of y are obtained accurately, you have the bonus 3 marks. If some are wrong, each one that is wrong is going to be minus half from these 3 marks for each wrong one. So this is the first mark. The next mark is another B3 marks. And this bonus 3 marks is for plotting the points from the table correctly and joining them or drawing them with a smooth curve. If that is done, you have the B3 marks. Those that are wrongly plotted and joined is minus half for each wrong one. So next is answering those questions. The first mark is the bonus 1 mark for drawing a line y equals to minus 2 y equals to -2. In attempt to answer that Roman 1 question, there is need to draw this line y equals to -2 where we read here. So for drawing that line, you have bonus 1 mark. And for reading the value, meaning drawing this line to the x-axis, you are trying to read the value there, you have the method 1 mark, and A1 mark if your answer is accurately obtained as 1110 degrees, or within the allowed deviation in the question, because any answer from the graph we are getting it an estimated answer, not exactly. So the usually allowed deviation, like this, my 111 is not exactly the one in the marking scheme, but it within the allowed deviation. So I will still have the A1 mark. The next mark is the method mark for trying to read the value, the second question, the second solution. So you are trying to read the value, simply drawing this line and this line, you have this method mark. And the next mark is the accuracy mark. The accuracy mark when x is 4.5 degrees or within the allowed deviation. The second A1 mark is for the second root or second solution, 85.5 or within allowed deviation. So you still have this A1 mark. So in total there are 12 marks to this very question.